Hi, my name is Stephen Hunt, and welcome to a Crystal CRM production. Here we'll be talking about Salesforce CRM implementation at a high level. However, the subsequent videos will be more detailed and we'll go into each step more closely. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you'd like to be notified of the subsequent videos, please click subscribe and the notification bell. Thank you. Use one of the top 10 Salesforce CRM consultancies or try to implement CRM on your own. Sometimes it can be a bit of an uphill struggle. However, part of the success comes from careful planning, even though when personalities are involved, there is also always a bit of conflict management to contend with. The key thing to remember is, in CRM, there can be no success without agreement. But we'll talk more about that later. The basic building blocks come in 4 parts. Each of these blocks will need to be broken down into their own individual components and will be in the following videos. So the part 1 is to decide what part of the business needs a CRM implementation. Typically, it's one of or a mixture of the following: sales, service, marketing, or others. The next part would be to identify who the stakeholders are. Upper management, typically VPs or directors, that would need to act as the evangelist to the entire company. Middle management, they're normally managers of teams and departments. Users, a cross-selection of users of the new CRM system. Part 3, the assigning of a project manager, tasked with ensuring the project runs smoothly. The PM will direct the services of the business analyst, functional analyst, developers, and testers, to name a few. And obviously, part 4 is effective communication. The approach will depend on what type of CRM implementation you decide to adopt. Is it a greenfield, which is a brand new implementation, an enhancement, or basically new elements to be added, modified, or removed, or rescue, a failed implementation needing deeper analysis? Out of the 3 mentioned business areas, the main focus would be the adding of new features, the building or updating of processes, deciding which part of those processes will need to be animated, and perhaps are there any other systems to be integrated into our CRM platform. The part that we'll touch on briefly is stakeholder management again. As I mentioned earlier, stakeholders should include upper management, middle management, and a cross-selection of users. Only when stakeholders are all in agreement shall we have a very good chance of solid user adoption. The tools and methodologies could also be an influence to our success. Building our CRM infrastructure may mean that we use one of the following methodologies: waterfall or agile. I favor agile for reasons I'll talk about in the next video, so we'll continue with agile for now. However, as each user story or user requirement has been completed, we'll need the stakeholders to accept and sign off each element, indicating it works as designed, so that we can continue with the next stages. The tools of engagement for collecting each user story may be as follows: the conduction of workshops and or individual or group interviews, utilizing Zoom or Skype for remote team member meetings, meeting rooms, then whiteboards or post-it notes to take the suggestions from these user groups, and perhaps at the end of it, Jira, which is a very good tool to manage the user stories. The next part we'll slightly elaborate on will be the project manager. The project manager is the orchestra, conductor, directing the efforts of the implementation team, as well as setting stakeholder expectations. Typically, the PM's direct team may consist of the following: business analysts, function analysts, developers, and testers. The business analyst will conduct workshops and interviews. They'll take down the user stories. They'll use a tool such as UML to model those user stories. They will manage the requirement and backlog. They will also deal with stakeholder management. The functional analyst will take those user stories and the UML structure and develop the features using a point and click tool. Once they've done that, they'll use the agile tool Jira to indicate that they've finished or they've completed this particular requirement, or say that it's not possible, it would need to be developed, or whatever else we decide that we can put down as the reasons why there may be other issues. So the developer will, amongst other things, take a look at the user stories. They'll take a look at the modeling language, and they will decide how long it will take to develop those requirements or develop those user stories. Once they've developed it, they use the agile tool Jira to basically say that this requirement has been completed, or whatever other issues they may have had that meant that it can't be completed. The tester, again, will take the user stories in the UML and they'll create the test scripts. They may even create test scripts automation. And once those test scripts have been executed, they'll use Jira to indicate that it's been initiated and has passed or failed for whatever reason. But we also have other roles, one of which could be the program manager. The program manager's job is to oversee all aspects of the ongoing program, from its development to implementing program activities. Ensures the program is completed to a consistently high standard within budget, that objectives are met on time, suiting the company's image and objectives. The enterprise architects, amongst other things, will promote shared applications and infrastructure to reduce costs. The solutions architect will review the business context for solutions to company challenges, as well as defining the vision and requirements. The technical architect will provide technical leadership and support to the software development teams. So as I said, this is an initial video. There'll be another one on Monday, which will go into each asset, each feature in much more detail. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please click the like button. Further, please subscribe and click the notification bell, because that way we can inform you of the next video that comes out. It should be typically every Monday. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.